Coach, tonight seemed like a pretty good effort. I mean, the end obviously, went awry, but against a quality opponent, you had played a pretty solid game. It seemed like.
Yeah, I thought we got better as each period progressed. I thought the first, I really didn't like our start. We had a good penalty kill and actually a good power play in the first. It kind of brought us some life going into the intermission. Second was a little bit back and forth. Obviously, that was a real big goal at the end of the period to make it a tie game going into the third. I thought the third, we controlled most of the play and most of the chances. And unfortunately, we just weren't able to make good on some of our opportunities in the third period.
Anthony Lewis, big game last night, and then pretty active around the puck tonight. What has his growth been like this season? Coming in, obviously he was here last year, but a guy that came in from elsewhere originally and really has had a pretty good run here in Texas.
Yeah, he's a very good pro. He's a guy you don't have to worry about a lot. He's going to bring a very consistent effort in practice, a very consistent effort in game. I think he's diligent with his preparation. For everyone, he jumps off the page immediately because obviously his size. But what I like is his compete and his willingness to dig for pucks and finish bombs, take bombs against bigger opponents. He's a huge heart. He can make plays full speed, which a lot of guys can't. They either stop their feet or they slow down the play to make a play. He makes plays while he's moving, and he's a very shifty, skilled player. We're fortunate to have him, and I've enjoyed working with him.
And then as far for Ty Dellandrea coming down, had a pretty good run up in Dallas. Got some good experience. What have you seen from him since he came back?
Yeah, I like the way he competes. He's a guy, you can tell he's a very bright future ahead of him. He's tenacious on pucks. He uses his body very well, both defensively and offensively. He'll to win battles, create separation for himself. I thought especially that first game where you really saw him cutting back in the O-zone, accelerating out of those cutbacks to buy himself 1 or 2 seconds to maybe get a shot off. I thought he was all over it. So I think there's a very bright future ahead for that young man, but he's only going to get better.
Did you notice a difference for him having that a little bit of opportunity over in Europe this season to maybe explore a different side of his game there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been fortunate to see him over the last couple of years at development camp in Traverse City at the rookie tournament. I think getting games played early in this year, going over to Finland to get that opportunity, I think it was great for him. There's been a long break. There's been unique situations for everyone, and for him to get game action as a young player, I think it was great. I believe he was used on the wing at times over there, and then you've seen him used at the wing with Dallas a lot of this year. So, perhaps that opportunity correlated, and he's played a lot of hockey, and like I said, he's a bright future ahead of him.
And then just last point on him, what does he need to do while he's down here that will get him to Dallas, not only, to stay up there, but to stay
Yeah, no, fair. You know what? He just needs to play minutes and he needs to play games, get touches, play in all situations. It's about, when you go back up, having that confidence to play that same style as you go. And there's no rush. I think that's the important thing. It's not a rush to get there. It's important about longevity and what you can do over a period of time once you're there. So I think this is great for him. He's come down with a fantastic attitude. He knows exactly why he's here. He's embraced it. And I think you see that in his work ethic, shift in, shift out. It's a guy that's driven, and it's a guy that knows, hey, I'm here to play and I'm excited to play. So when you get a combination like that, you're going to see him all over the ice. And I think he was a pretty noticeable player, in my opinion, for 3 games.
Thank you.
And Neil, the power play opportunities you guys had really seemed to dictate kind of the way not only the third period went, but the entirety of the way the game went. Just what have you seen out of the power play unit lately, even when they're not scoring goals, it's just changing the momentum?
You know what? Our power play's been pretty crisp over the last several games, getting a lot of grade A's. We need to narrow in the scopes a little bit. We're going about 95% of the way there. And I know we got a couple in the series here, and we got one early in the game here tonight, which was great. Obviously, it would have been great to get one there in the third with some opportunity, but I do believe it's generated momentum, and we've been able to build off it. But like I said, the next step is we just got to see it all the way through and make sure we capitalize on some of these opportunities because we're getting some good looks, we're getting some great A's, And if we can bury a few of those, that can be the difference here moving forward.
In addition, the penalty kill side of things, I mean, this is a penalty kill that's been rated number one for a good portion of the year, and you guys held them to 1 goal throughout the entire 6-game series. Just can you speak on that effort against this team?
Yeah, it's been definitely a strong suit for us all year, and there's ebbs and flows when you look at the percentages. And I think we went on a little skid there for a few games, and it drops significantly percentage-wise. But until that point, I believe we were third in the year, and now it's just about doing what it takes to help the team win games. And I think it's been a consistent presence. The guys that have been in that role have really embraced it. They understand what we're trying to do structurally. If there's a breakdown, they're willing to block a shot. And they also understand when there's a time to let the goalie see the puck. So it's been a good thing. It's important that we don't put them in a position to kill, 4, 5, 6 a night. But if we need to get a couple big ones, they've done a good job.
And points in all 3 games this week, 5 of 6 overall. Would you say this has been a pretty good start to the return?
Yeah. Obviously you want to get greedy in a situation like that, especially the way we played in the third. You want to be greedy, but when you look back at it, 5 of 6 against any opponent is very successful, and I think they're a very good opponent. So, we had a little stoppage. We wanted to reset. We wanted to get back to a lot of things structurally, pace-wise, and I think we accomplished that. And now it's important that we get back to work here and prepare for the next series and try and build a little momentum here in the home stretch.